Hello, my continuously creative quilting friends. It's day 12 of our shelter at home. This is Donna, and I'm excited that you're here with me again today. I want to talk about the face masks that everybody is making. And I think it is such a wonderful way that we, as people that have lots of fabric and have the resources and maybe some time now that we're at home to be able to make these, that it's a great way to get involved in our communities. I've been a little bit hesitant to jump right on board when it all first started, because of my uncertainty about the efficacy of them and just kind of waiting to kind of watch different videos and see different ways that people are doing them, because if I'm going to spend the time to make them, I want to make sure that number one, they're going to be the most efficient ones available that we're able to make homemade, and also that kind of a streamlined way to make them that I would get the most done out with my time spent. So I've been checking out different videos, different people that I follow on some of the other social media, what they're doing and everything. So I wanted to tell you about, as far as like how efficient they are. A friend of mine sent me an article about some actual testing that they've done with them. And this was I think, very helpful. So this was done from, let's see, Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center. And they wanted to find out which type removed the most particles. And also remember, when you are wearing a mask out in public, that the design of it is not to protect you from getting the virus, but it's if you are carrying the virus and are not having any symptoms, that you won't pass them on to others. So it's more a barrier for other people. So I kind of feel like now it's like, we've been told we should wear them when we're out in public. And this is a way that we can show our love for our fellow man by to protect them. So now I just lost the article. No, here we go. No, I lost it. Here we go. Okay, so they did some tests and they found that the team found that what the mask's effectiveness varied widely. The best homemade masks achieved 79% filtration as compared to just regular surgical masks that nurses and doctors wear, like when they go into the OR. Those masks are only like 65%. And the N95 masks, though, the respirator ones that are fit for the person, then those ones are definitely the most. Shoot, now I lost the article again. Those ones were definitely the most effective. Those are like 97%. So anyway, the article goes on to say that, okay, we found it again here. The best performing design was constructed of 2 layers of high quality, heavyweight quilters cotton. Hello, that's what we all have, with a thread count of 180 or more. And those that were especially a tight weave and a little bit thicker threads, such as batiks, those were even better. A double layer mask with a simple cotton outer layer and an inner layer of flannel also performed well. So I thought that was encouraging. It made me feel a little bit better kind of about jumping on board with making our own. So I tried, let's see, another girl that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Christy Christensen, and she's Six Little Stitches on Instagram if you want to follow her. She, I think, had the best idea, and that is to use a piece of stretchy, like jersey knit fabric as a tie instead of trying to do elastic or oh my, like I just could not get on board with making all those little tiny strips of bias binding to sew up the side to tie. Like that sounded really time consuming to me. So when I saw this one, I was sold. I really liked this. So she said she cut like usually knit fabric is 60 inches wide. So she cut a 1 inch strip and then cut that at 30 inches, like in half. So you had about 30 inches. But I found that wasn't really for me, like quite long enough. And maybe the knit fabric that I chose wasn't as stretchy as what she was using. But what I really like is so you make these little casings on your mask. And instead of sewing on the tie, so you make like a little pocket here, and then you thread the tie up, over, and down the other side. And then this part just slips over the top of your head, and then these tie on the side. The other thing I didn't really like is all the bulk that the pleats cause on the side. So I also tried it without making the pleats and then just like kind of cinching that up. And I tried both of them on. I didn't feel like this gave as much, it didn't get as tight as it did with the pleats. So I think probably the pleats are better. I do know back from the days when I used to work in the OR that, like if you were to sneeze or cough into your mask, if it's not tight around here, the germs are gonna go out the sides. So it is important to kind of have it tight fitting, and that's going to be the most effective. So those are my thoughts about the whole making your own face masks. And I think keep playing around with them a little bit more. Oh yeah, Cindy just said, if you don't have the knit fabric, if you've got some old t-shirts, you can use that as a knit fabric, cut strips of that for the ties. So that's a really great option too, because we have mostly quilters cotton, right? Not much knit fabric. So the other thing that I did do in my masks was I put a layer of a non-woven interfacing inside of it just to give that one more barrier. So this is non-woven, so it's a little bit, or I've also heard of people putting like dryer sheets in them or something like that just gives that one more filtration. This, I just happen to have like a few bolts of this and a couple bolts. I actually sell it on my website as well. So I had some extra of it, thought I'd try it out. It's fusible. I just ironed it onto the front of this. And that just gave me one more extra layer. So if you need some interfacing, you can purchase that on my website. And that's about it for me on talking about the face masks and staying in and finding activities to keep us busy, right? So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow at 2:00 here on Facebook Live. Bye.